place.
Worst, Captain.
Archimir's library is a footnote to the glory of this collection.
One of Aora's greatest wonders, and it's infested with eyeballs. Lovely.
Greetings, visitor. This is the scriptorium. If you seek the Temple of Revelation, you will find it to the north.
We came for answers, not directions. Are you the abomination in charge here?
Because you must. It is entry and exit. Ask what you seek. I'm afraid that I did not ask her. She was working at the Trephine. She respects our work, so the Oracle allows her limited access to the archives and scriptorium.
You hear this? Never trust an Archmage. They will conspire with anyone or anything if it serves their interests.
The Oracle of Wal. They manage the halls in the name of he who sees and is not seen. If the Oracle wishes to commune with you, they will do so.
Very convenient.
How else might I help you? Of the scriptorium, in a manner of speaking. Of the halls obscured? No. That would be the Oracle. I will provide what answers I can. We record what occurs within the halls. Whereas the wings contain those things redacted from the world above, the scriptorium keeps the history of the halls themselves. The archives contain the sum whole of the historical record of Aora, both the original drafts and the edits.
Take care that you do not confuse the two. I have my doubts about the quality of a blind librarian's record-keeping.
Further, they contain a number of unusual and interesting artifacts. I believe that we are in possession of one of the warrior Riona's boots. The collections store those individuals and creatures determined to be detrimental to Aora and the work of the gods. Rather than allow the redacted materials to go to waste, we revise and anthologize, occasionally releasing amended texts. A womb, perhaps, but not the fetus. The Hand Occult no more possesses a center than Well does.
Even their organization has tentacles. No matter how many limbs we cut, there is always something unspeakable to grow in its place.
They operate in decentralized cells then, not unlike the Leaden Key.
The Leaden Key and the Hand Occult similarities persist by design, but not for much longer.
Decades. I would have to consult the records to provide a more precise answer. Her interest lay in the arcane applications of the Titan. The Oracle has determined that her studies benefit Well.
This Oracle would not have approved of Maura unless she had something to exploit.
That is hardly comforting.
How else might I help you? The Titan rests beneath the facility. Its ties to the halls obscured have grown extensive over time. Of course, as are you, as am I.
Those of us who can see where we're going have a slight advantage over you, Sere.
The scriptorium was recently breached by one of the subjects from the collections. There is nothing to be concerned about, but it might impact the demeanors of those present here. Perhaps, if the wizard has procured a mask for himself, Did you encounter him? I'm afraid not. The individual in question's record has been expunged. He no longer exists.
A wizard of his standing is not so easily removed from history. Much like a tumor, bits of him are no doubt everywhere.
Postenago, it doesn't work that way. Records, ledgers, all of this is just scribbles, an expression, not the thing itself. Something knows we're here. I don't like it, Casita.
We are not finished here, Tane. Do you understand? The imps report you've taken care of the fungal infestation in the archives. That's one less concern on my mind. Have you made any headway in locating our wayward archmage? Damn it. She was a brilliant wizard, but always so reckless with her life. I wish... well... I pray she grows wiser on her next turn about the wheel. How could this have happened? Not at all. You're saying this Fion Ledge is responsible for Maura's death? He's yet another concern for us to keep in mind, then.
While you were on Maura's trail, we learned a bit more about our unusual environs.
Certainly not from exploring them himself. How much can he learn from the lobby?
A finger of the Hand Occult has kept this place going with a skeleton crew of librarians, archivists, and muscle. But they aren't the ones controlling the body. Something else is running the halls obscured independently, and doing a decent job of it.
Your definition of what constitutes decency is dubious at best.
Well, these halls are more lively than most of the abandoned sanctums I've visited. Something here is invested in maintaining old projects. Whoever they are, they haven't seen fit to show their face.
Stay on task, Tane. Regardless of how interesting this sanctum's keepers may be, we must deal with Wal's body first. Concerning wrinkle, yes. We don't know yet what role this madman plays here, so I suggest you stay out of his way for the time being. do hope you didn't breathe in any of those fungal spores. Gods only know what havoc they may wreak on your lungs and other systems. Were the situation we find ourselves in not so dire, I'd be climbing the archive's bookshelves at this very moment, searching for the bottom. It must have a bottom. Everything does.
For all the horror this place holds, I suspect it still holds much we might learn from, too.
What a curious tome. May I see it? Of course. I've too many books as it is. I'll be but a moment. Intriguing. I can't tell if this is a bit of hand occult chicanery or something more enticing. Very amusing. Why don't you share your discovery with him, then?
Lengrath sure sounded eager to talk, and you were keen to listen. Had a lot to say to each other. Was it about me? Is that all? Wizards and their books. I'll never understand it. Did you say what kind of books? Like journals or maybe grimoires? Well, we have to look out for each other, don't we? One archmage has already run off into the depths of this place, drawn by the allure of the unknown. You saw what happened to her. I just want to make sure that we're being, what's the word? Cautious. Naturally, of course. Isn't that always the way? That whatever she told you, she's probably lying.
It takes one to know one, but that only proves his point.
If I were you, I'd stay suspicious. Lengrath wouldn't give you all the facts if it concerned her past. Or, you know, the past of the ones who came before her. In case you hadn't noticed already, information can be dangerous. Especially in a place like this. You do that. If you do manage to find those books, consider bringing them to me first. Always helps to have a second pair of eyes. I'd be surprised if most of the Hand even knows that this place exists. They want the world to think they write travel guides and circulate pamphlets of local history. It gets shady when you read past the margins. Things don't all... Not even the Hand could tell you which facts they edited for convenience's sake, which ones they spelled out, and which ones they spelled wrong. And this could be where it all happens. That is a head-scratcher. I suppose the solution is to be skeptical. You have to ask yourself, how much do you trust anything in a book? Does a story become more true because someone paused to write it down? I should really charge for discourse this engaging.
Bostenago, you couldn't pay me to listen.
If we're to be indulging outsized egos, I'd rather listen to Isilmir's prattle.
If they ever had one, you can bet they've changed it a dozen times over the years. Anyone who wants to control information on that scale wants to engineer society. Whatever they plan on doing with that power, you can bet they'll lose control over it in the end. You don't keep something like a society constrained to just one vision.
Some speak of the Hand Occult as hyper-competent masters of four-dimensional Hazatoa, when they know of them at all. In truth, the Hand's operations are haphazard and ill-executed. We know they exist because they inevitably leave evidence of their work wherever they go. That they succeed in spite of themselves is hardly evidence of the Hand's competence.
Ask away. You know me, I'm an open book with plenty of pictures. Come to chat? Lengraf says she's had enough of me already, so... Now it all makes sense. I'm guessing she wants to learn from her old self. See if there are any gaps. Huh. Fix them for you. She can have her books back now. All I did was give her some interesting reading. Now the knowledge she takes from these will be a little less predictable. Some of the memories she pulls from those pages will be true, and some will be of my own making. On my honor, I would do no such thing. Nothing awful, I just laid the groundwork. Some unconventional images and ideas. It's up to her mind to assemble the rest. Some of it is downright funny. If anything, she'll learn to laugh at herself a bit more. She won't notice a thing. You know what they say, trust in Tane.
No one has ever said that, and I am not about to start.
You return with news, I hope. You found them all. On in one volume, too. What a weight that is off my mind. I know they're little more than trinkets after the gift you've given me. But please, take these. You return with news, I hope. Very well.
I'm starting to worry that this antechamber is more of a foyer or vestibule. If you speak to any ghosts, I hope you'll ask about that.
You the dumb kid who stole Arkamir's robe, eh? Why not give robe to Drowsy Puke? Hardly even fits ugly ground stink. You sneaky when you rob the master. Drowsy Puke trusts. Imps hatched a plan, eh? Almost ready to take Arkamir's house. One problem. Not all smart like Drowsy Puke. Some imps need incentive. Good plan, eh? Sounds kind of stupid coming out of ground stink mouth. Now you know. We have deal or not? You give me robe. At last! The plan takes shape! You like drugs? Here, take some drugs. No need. What you want, ground stink? Eh? Dumb gravel stink need new drugs. Something stronger. Something uglier. New drugs ready for sampling. Sleep well, idiot.
Sure.
You want baubles? You can't read, dumb ground stink. You forget, eh? You forget? You want imp spray? You want it so badly, eh? Here, you collect it. Enjoy spray, ground stink. First one's free. Lots more where that came from. Didn't know ground stink watcher loved imp spray so much. Yum, yum. Sprinkle on eggs for tasty spice, eh? Maybe because dumb ground stinks keep buying it? Big, smelly ground filth likes threatening poor, defenseless imp. You buying or not? Some of us have jobs.
As you approach the pool, an unpleasant weight grows in the pit of your stomach. It feels like the moment the floor gives out beneath you, just before the plunge, but somehow suspended in time. A sensation like static electricity tingles across your skin. A whirling vortex of essence twists within the pool. It does not stir the water around it in the slightest. Langrath and Tane watch you from afar, the latter's expression bright with undisguised curiosity. Langrath's countenance, on the other hand, remains characteristically guarded. Its cold, dusky energy feels somehow familiar, but you're unable to identify it, or what might be causing it.
Looks like water to me.
Unusual arcane energy emanates from the pool. If the Watcher can see it, I suspect it's some form of window into the divine realms.
That was my second guess.
I won't hazard guesses, Captain. But it feels something like a specter or shade, though almost inviting.
You see something there? Then it must have to do with the fabric of reality, or else you have eaten something which did not agree with you.
You think maybe it's the soul of some fish? Hey, Watcher, fishes got souls, don't they? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It reaches back towards you, tendrils of soul energy interlacing with the prodding edges of your own spirit. The coils of essence tighten, grasping at your soul, pulling at you as you've pulled the souls of others. Your vision blurs as the in-between leaks into your perception of the here. The walls, the pool, everything of the Temple of Revelation runs like water, sloughing away and melting into the empty blackness of the in-between. Not quite empty, no. The fleshy, undulating tendrils of the body of Wal remain, almost aglow in the darkness.
Hey, you worst captain.
You see, but are also seen, as is your trespass.
You think it can see us? Ah, another involuntary invitation to another world. And I'm to assume this eyeball is to blame?
The mind behind those eyes, this entity's intellect, it's staggering.
Do not listen to this walking nightmare. It is an illusion baiting us to lunge at shadows.
What are you, interloper? Obviously. That is not the knowledge we seek. You intrude upon the resting place of WoW and soil these collections with your filthy fingers. We would know. Are you one more wizard in pursuit of unearned power? Or something other? Yet you travel in the company of wizards. Thus far you have respected these halls, but your trespass remains unwelcome. We can no more allow you access to the body than we can the redacted Archmage. You should leave this place while you remain cognizant of the option. It will not be allowed. We've restricted access to the body. No reason remains to fear her. These halls will consume you, body, soul, and history alike. They will cleanse you. Farewell, interloper.
You okay there? Looking a little rough around the edges.
I suppose I should have expected Wal would leave something behind to guard this place. For now, you must investigate the collections. So long as a rogue mage runs loose in this place, Aora remains in grave danger.